That was a good win, guys. And I'll be honest with you, yesterday I started talking about it. I was telling my wife, I got a sick feeling in my stomach about this game. I'm worried about it all day today. I was worried, worried, worried. But they came through. They needed this win. I'm glad they got it. They're going into the bye. They need it. Some of these players need a rest. It was a good game. There were some things that could have been better. Hey, and a shout out to the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields. That young man played a hell of a game today. This makes what the third team in a row we've played that runs the hell out of the ball, and they ran it effectively. Man, the Bears did not get away from it. It was impressive today, and that was concerning. I keep talking about us stopping the run, and they didn't do it today. They didn't do it today. They ran all over. They couldn't stop this quarterback, the mobile quarterback. Running backs had a field day. What can they do different? Do you guys have any ideas? What can the defense do? I know they got the guy from the Raiders, and he had a pretty good, he's playing good. But it's just too easy. There was that 1st and 20, I want to say it was in the fourth quarter, maybe late third quarter, and they ran it for 13 yards in the second play. Something's got to give because the top teams, you look at San Francisco, they're looking even better. They're running the ball. That's how they whipped us last year with the run. Our division rival, the Eagles, they can run the hell out of the ball. Hurts is looking better and better each week. So our defense got, I'm not going to say exposed because it has been 3 weeks in a row, and this is the best team in the NFL at running the ball, the Bears. There's just some things that got to be different. DeMarcus Ware, he had a good game, but then at the same time, he missed a lot of possible sacks, which maybe it should just be containment, like when he gets close, rather than going all in, all forward on these shifty quarterbacks, he's got to kind of almost play a basketball thing right there and see if he can just keep them contained until help comes. So that happened 3, maybe 4 times. And you got to think that Quinn and the guys will go over it in the film room, and this will be something that will be corrected. Parsons had another big game. He had a touchdown. That was incredible. They kept showing that in replay. Fields jumped over him in slow motion. It looked unreal. That was great. I'm glad he got to add that to his resume, a touchdown. But at the same time, he looked hurt today. He looked tired. They're asking him to do everything. He needs some help. Diggs, last week I said he was tackling better. Throw that out the window because this week he did not tackle well at all. He wanted nothing to do with it. That's got to change. It's got to get better. All in all, the defense, they still had a solid game. Like I said, facing the number 1 rushing offense in the league. Hey, just about everybody's looked bad. Look what they did to Belichick's team last week. But going into the bye week, they just got to fix that. They got to work on it. They got to fix it. And I think they're going to learn a lot from these last 3 games. So that's incredible that they got that out of the way now. And then they got this time to study and figure it out. I'm pretty confident in Quinn that he's going to figure it out. Parsons is like a coach on the field himself. They'll be okay. They'll be okay. But it is concerning. I'd like to see maybe see them get some help. See if Jerry can get somebody, Steven, somebody. He's got to come in. They got to do something to back our guys up. Like I said, Parsons does need some help. He can't do it all himself, or he's going to wear out by the end of the season. He looked pretty damn tired today. Hey, what about Dak? Now we can say he's back, it looks like. Everything I said last week that he needed to work on, better decision making, maybe running the ball, he did all those things today and then some. He had a really sharp game. He looked really good. He was confident. He stood in the face of pressure, and he took some sacks, but he had a hell of a game. There's no complaints there. I know he had the 1 interception, which leads me to Lamb. I'm gonna almost put that on CD Lamb. This guy does not contest anything. What did he do? Brush the guy's shoulder pad in the back when the guy intercepted it. That's not gonna cut it. Everybody always bitched about Amari Cooper not having enough dog in him. But I never saw him quit on plays. Daryl Johnson said it best. It's either my ball or nobody's ball. That interception shouldn't have happened. CeeDee Lamb's got to get better. He's got to toughen up. He's got to man up. Jeez. We can't afford those turnovers like that. That puts our defense in bad situations. We know they're great and they answer the call. They answer the bell every round. But let's not make it hard for them. Let's make it easy. Dak, I'm glad you had a hell of a game, man. He's sticking to the game plan. He's making the right calls. Dak just did really good today. And who helped Dak today? Who was a big help for the offense altogether? TP, man. Tony Pollard. What a game. You know what? All the controversy with Cooper Rush, Dak Prescott. Well, you think that was bad. Nobody's going to want to see Zeke anymore. Zeke does have his purpose. He's a hell of a back. He's a hell of a blocker. But Tony Pollard showed a lot today. He had 15 carries today. He had well over 100 yards. And he does get those dirty yards, man. He'll get up there and get it. He's not afraid of contact. So Tony Pollard, man, player of the game today. Him and Micah Parsons, I believe. With a little bit of Dak mixed in because he's back. He's sharp, man. I can't say enough good things about it. I'm so happy for him. That injury, the guy that stepped on his hand, what a freak thing. I hope that doesn't develop into something worse. I believe it was a non-throwing hand, but still, you got to have both hands as a quarterback, for Christ's sake. Dalton Schultz had a good game. The other tight ends, they had a good game. They're really coming to play, aren't they? I really like these young rookies here at tight end. Schultz, man, they're putting the pressure on him too. But yeah, Pollard needs more carries. When Zeke comes back, he needs to carry that workload. Dude's explosive. Our coaches, they had a pretty solid game. Penalties, though, they're still there. That's got to get cleaned up. Too many players in the huddle to start the game. I don't even remember the last time I've seen that. Penalties got to get cleaned up. Our special teams look good. Turbin looks good. Our punter, he had some booming punts today. I don't think did we even have to use our field goal kicker today? I don't remember. It seemed like it was all touchdowns. But they had a solid game. Our special teams, coaches, they got their work cut out for them this bye week. So we'll talk later in the week. We'll look at what the rest of the NFC East is doing next week. The Giants lost today. That's a good thing. They lost to Seattle. So that puts us in second place. We got the same record, but of course we own the head-to-head, and then we get them again on Thanksgiving. So guys, we'll talk to you probably Wednesday or Thursday night. All right, y'all have a good night. Let's go, Cowboys. Also want to give a shout out to my youngest daughter, Sel, who's over in New Jersey. She's in the Navy. Big Cowboys fan, and I know she's happy with this win. Okay, guys, now that's really it. Good night.